So everybody knows Pokemon, right? I don't need to introduce it. I mean, it's the biggest franchise ever. Even if you haven't played the games, you definitely know about it to some degree. Who doesn't know Pikachu after all? Well, I know maybe a little bit too much about Pokemon. Yep, I can name them all off by heart. I've played every game, I watch the anime weekly, all of those nerdy things. I've been obsessed with the series since 2nd grade, so I know so much about the series as boundless topics for me to talk about. But today I'll be talking about just one aspect in particular, and this is an aspect I feel is highly underrated. That is the Pokemon trading card game, and more specifically, the art from it. It's always been popular and has recently grown bigger thanks to collectors and YouTubers. It's even just got an animated web series. Despite this, I still feel that the artwork of the series is really underrated and underappreciated. So today, I'd like to talk about my experiences with the card game and showcase some of what's inspired me as an artist. Because Pokemon is such a big brand, whenever they venture into new areas, no matter how niche, they tend to drag their enormous fanbase with it. For example, trading card games, aside from Pokemon, aren't really super popular, but for many people, Pokemon was their first TCG, and it might have led them to discover more, such as Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! I myself haven't gotten into these series, but one of my trips to Japan was a good example of how Pokemon can be this cross-medium connection for people. Back in 2016, when I went to Japan of high school, it was peak Pokemon Go season. The game had just come out and Pokemon was bigger than ever. People who never cared about the series were suddenly really into it. So while we were traveling from city to city, we were all playing Pokemon Go, and after visiting some Pokemon centers we got even more hyped and ended up getting really into the TCG. It has everything for teenage boys, cool monsters fighting, a collectible aspect, and the gamble of trying to get rare cards, all for a fairly cheap price. That is, until you buy dozens of packs. Plus, because it was the 20th anniversary, they were re-releasing some cards from the original set, so rest assured we became addicted. I'd already gone through a smaller Pokemon phase in the past, like most fans have, but this was the first time I got hard into it. A large chunk of my card collection today is still these Japanese cards from that trip. But I remember at the start of the trip feeling fairly isolated because I didn't share a lot of interest with the other kids, and I didn't even have many friends within my year level there with me. And especially when you're overseas, that can be really scary. But Pokemon, and especially the cards, was what brought us all together. We all had a common interest for those few weeks, exploring the Pokemon centers and hunting for rare cards. Because we couldn't read them, I'd often be the one to tell everyone what their cards said, because I was already such a big fan of the franchise, I just knew them off by heart. I even became friends with the kids that were in the older year levels, which had never happened to me before. For the first time, I was able to share one of my interests with others, and build positive relationships out of it. It made us all a lot closer, and it made me really enjoy the second half of that trip. I still look back on it fondly to this day. The main aspect that you always see talked about the TCG is the rarity and value of the cards, which, I mean, for sure has its merit, but as an artist, one of the biggest draws to a trading card game for me right from the very beginning was the art. On that aforementioned Japan trip, I actually bought an art book for the trading card game, and it ended up being my first ever art book I owned. I've gotten quite a few more since. I never got too big into actually playing the game. I only ever had one friend who knew how to play it growing up, so I mainly just collected them because I thought they looked nice. But recently I've gotten back into collecting again and even playing with some friends. But rather than caring about the rarity, I'm doing it for the artwork first and foremost. This has been pretty good, because I'm able to find a lot of value in a packet even if it doesn't have great pulls. Compared to the game's limited art style, which left a lot to the imagination, even still to this day, the card game was really refreshing and showcased the Pokemon in an amazing light. Rather than flat sprites, we got to see their personality, them interacting with the world, and how they got along with people. In conjunction with seeing them move in the anime, a lot of Pokemon that I didn't really care for in the original games have now become some of my favourites because of their depictions in the card game. But unlike the anime, the TCG has no lack of diversity in art style. There are over 170 illustrators from series regulars, newbies, veterans who have been there since the very beginning, and even guest artists. They each bring their own original take on the Pokemon, the humans, and the locations of the series, ranging from beautiful paintings to 3D models and even sculptures. And the cool thing about the Pokemon TCG in particular is because it's been going for so long, you get to see the evolution of a lot of the illustrators' art over the years. There's so much love put into this card game, and I truly feel that doesn't get enough appreciation. Pokemon as a franchise has so much untapped potential for world building, and if you only ever play the games, you miss out on so much of it. A huge portion of the franchise is developed and given life through things like the TCG, the anime, and even fan creations. I think that the Pokemon Company are starting to realize this as well, because of recent sets have been putting a lot of care and attention into the artwork cards and putting them a bit more in the spotlight. Things such as full art trainer cards, artists getting to handle entire evolution lines to tell stories, and especially the new alternate rare art cards in the Scarlet and Violet sets, which I love. Now I'd like to highlight a few of my favourite artists from the Pokemon TCG. With so many Pokemon art styles and illustrators, it can be hard to pick favourites. Sometimes you'll find yourself really liking a Pokemon because of how it's depicted, and of course you'll have a natural bias to some of your old personal favourites. So I'm going to try and talk about a mix of individual illustrators and some of my favourite individual cards of mine. In case you want to look at the library of card art I've referenced, I got a lot of these from the PokeTCG Tumblr page. It's fan run and a great resource. I'll leave the link down in the description for anyone who wants to check it out. It's almost impossible to talk about the art of the Pokemon trading card game without mentioning one artist in particular. He's been illustrating since the very first set. That is, of course, Mitsuhiro Arita. Since the very beginning, Arita's artwork has breathed life into both the Pokemon and the world they inhabit, with dynamic poses, fun expressions, and dreamlike environments. There's a surprising variety in his works, but they consistently tend to have a strong focus on lighting, which creates an array of different moods. As his art evolved throughout the years, his skill has gone through the roof. The level of detail is insane, like just look at this Suicune piece. Another illustrator I like started around the Gen 4 era called Kawayu. Their illustrations have a blocky, painterly look to them, often playing with lights. They all feel rather soft and had really strong, vibrant colours. Kawayu has an example of a card set that tells a story I really like, featuring this Trubbish leaving the dump and going on an adventure with Fione. It's a cute little story and made me like Trubbish, a Pokemon I previously didn't care about, a lot more. These two next artists, Hitoshi Ariga and Megumi Mizutani, have both really clean art styles that depict the Pokemon in cute, everyday situations. I feel they capture the official Pokemon look the best, and they feel like enhanced versions of the official game artwork or anime. Almost like the quintessential image of the Pokemon franchise in my head. Speaking of official, it would be amiss to not at least mention Ken Sugimori, the original art director for the series. In addition to the game and concept art, Sugimori has been a TCG artist throughout the generations. Granted, he was a lot more prominent early on when there were less artists. His work has aged really well in my opinion. It's nice to see the Pokemon in the official art style being a bit more varied pose-wise and not just existing at void. Then a personal favourite artist of mine is one that most people who've bought some Pokemon cards are familiar with. That is Yuka Mori. Starting in Generation 2, her clay sculptures have caught the hearts of many, myself included. They're just so simple, cute, and charming. Something about seeing these soft clay models in real-world environments works so well and gets your imagination going. A lot of my favourite Pokemon have also been sculpted by Mori, and some people try to make collections of her cards in particular. Recently in the Scarlet and Violet set, she's done both Magnemite and Magneton, and they look so good. Yuka Mori and a variety of these artists are actively posting on social media as well, sharing their works and interacting with fans. Of course there's a language barrier with most, but I feel it connects the whole community better than any other branch of the Pokemon franchise. Now of course no video talking about the Pokemon TCG would be complete without a pack opening, right? So that's exactly what I'll be doing. I'm currently collecting the base Scarlet and Violet set, and I'm on the hunt for the rare alternate art cards. So let's see how I do. So I only anticipated to buy a single packet, but I got retailed, and I got this little promo Umbreon. Open it up. Ooh. Yeah. Special little promo Umbreon card, as well as a triple pack for Scarlet and Violet with a promo Dondozo card. Excellent. Let's get this open. Oh, it's my first time doing a card opening on camera, so I apologize. It's not aesthetic. Oh. Okay, there we go. And here is little code thing if anybody plays that. Let's get that out of the way. And yeah, a little promo Dondozo card with art by Shin Nogasawa. Is that right? Nogasawa. Shin Nogasawa. So there we go. That's all Dondozo. Promo. Not from the main set, but we have 3 Scarlet and Violet packets. Base set. This is what I'm collecting. Let's see if we get any of those illustrious rare art cards. I keep wanting to open it behind the camera, but that kind of defeats the whole purpose of it, doesn't it? Okay. I don't know the method
feel like getting the last one rare at the back, but that's the promo card. Okay, let's just go through it. Oh, Staravia! Yay, I've been really wanting the Starly line. I've got the promo, but I don't have, I've got the rare art, but I don't have the actual Starly line, so that's really nice. Rolls. It's a cute little artwork with the school and everything. Tandemaus. I've got a few mouse hold cards, but not Tandemaus, so I can actually use this now. Very cute. Pokegear 3.0. Huh. I didn't even know there was a 2.0. Floatzel. Very nice. I think I have a Weasel, so I'm actually getting some complete evolution lines here. Team Star Grunt. I think I might have this one already. Lucario. Whoa. Rare potions. I think it's the reverse, the potion. And then, oh, we got the reverse Staraptor. All I need now is the Starly, the one by Yukimori, but I've got the whole thing. And I got, whoa, reverse Slowbro. Look at that art. So, by Shinji Kanda. Look at Hollow Reflective. I think he's done a few. I think he did the Arctobax line in one of the more recent sets. I mean, Dark Energy. I mean, I'll go up the Umbreon I've got. But yeah, I got 2 of the Starly line. If I can get that Yukimori one, that'd be so good to complete the whole Starly family. But I do have the alternate art one, so I can actually use it in play if I so want to. Don't know when I'll be playing next. Just a card for that one. So it looks like it's the energy is the one on the back here. Grass energy. Whoa. Okay. We've got Shuppet first up. Very cute. By say Jerky? Yes, it is. Okay, Shuppet by Jerky. Sprigatito. I think I might have this one already. Sprigatito is the only starter line I haven't got complete yet. So I need a Florigato Masquerada. Houndour. Very nice. Drifloon. Youngster. That's a new one for me. Blissey. Oh, so cute on Let the Farm Road. Oh. Juck. The reverse is Miraidon. Oh my gosh. What a legendary Pokemon. And the rare is Weasel. Oh wait, no. Oh. Oh, it's Reverum is the rare. Oh my gosh. It's 2 reverses. Oh, I guess, yeah, because a reverse item, then a reverse Pokemon. It's reverse Staraptor. Look at that crazy artwork. Reverum is such a confusing Pokemon. I don't know anything about it. It's not ghost type. It's steel poison. It's so weird. Anyway. Last packet. Are we going to get a rare art card? I haven't actually opened one before and gotten a rare art card. I was just gifted one. Will this be the one? Find out. Oh my gosh, that's a Chansey. There's the code. Alright, and Fighting Energy. I've already got plenty of those. Alright, Chansey. There you are, hello. See the Happy. Rare Candy. Fido. Dedenne, I think I've got this one already. Bombardier, I think I also have this one. Hypno. This one's looking to be not a great pack for new cards. Flabebe, reverse. Drowsy, reverse. And is it gonna be? No, it's just gonna be Quaquaval. Oh no, my least favorite starter ever. Whoa. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.